Hello everyone, and welcome back. So in the last video, we were actually supposed to combine queries and reports, or queries with labels, but looking at the length of the video, I decided to cut it short and dedicate that video to just queries. So this video will pick up where that one left off, which is actually creating the reports. So we've already created a query for this question, which is the specimen for 2023. Question 22. So if I should switch to access now, we have that. We have our two tables imported. We have our relationship there. We have our query. Okay, and in design view, we can see the criteria as required by the question, as well as the ascending, the sorting. So as I said from the last video, if for this question we are asked to sort descending order of length within ascending order of type. So looking at this, the type comes right before length, so the sorting order is correct, so we could sort in the query. But assuming length came before type, then sorting in the query would require that we move things around, which would be a bit messy, because we would have to do the shifting again in the report. So if the sorting criteria does not require you to move things around, you can sort in the query. But if it requires you to move things around, like we saw in this question where we were supposed to sort in DOB within descending order of session, by looking at this, DOB appeared before session. This will mess our data around, so we have to just wait and sort when we are actually creating the report. Okay, so going back, so we've done bullet point 1, 2, 3, 4. So we head into the report creation. So let me close this. I go to create report wizard. Now query 22 was created for the report, so I just send everything over. Next. Now I leave this as this. If I should choose this here creates a grouping, and we were asked not to group the data in the question. Do not group the data. So we leave it as is. We go to next. Still no grouping. So next. Now we already sorted our data for this particular question, so we don't touch. Next, let's see orientation. It says landscape, so landscape, and then tabular. We leave it there because the question said a tabular report. Then we go to next. Now it says, what title do you want for a report? In here, it specified a title. It says yachts less than 15 years old. So let's see, sometimes some other information gets copied into just to prevent that. So we have this, then finish. All right, so there's a report in the print preview. This is how come the printer option kept popping up and popping up. All right. Okay, so we can close the print preview, and then so in the reports, this is what we have. We have a number of views. We have the report view, the print preview, layout view, and design view, which is where we currently are now. All right, so we could all the views, and so let's say report view, it gives you a view of a report, not in the print preview, but just a view of your report. All right, layout view is similar to let's say design view, because it helps you work on the layout of your report. Design view also, you can work on your layout but go further by working on calculated fields and other things. Now to fix our report layouts, we go to layout view. So as I said a couple of videos back, when you see this, it means that the space allocated is not enough. All right, so we need to fix things around. Now the question said, I think somewhere here, it says labels displayed in full. All right, so we can't have these labels cutting off as we see in here. Okay, so in layout view, it's currently page setup. Let me head to report layout and then make sure, I'm in the layout view. Okay, so we are going to move things around. Now let's check the order to make sure it's right. All right, so we have yacht name, builder name, type, length, yacht name, builder name, type, length, price, build year, build country, price, something years there, part of the build is cut off, build country, then sleeps, crew, then total bet. All right, everything looks great. It appears okay, so let's see. So page 1 of 1. Okay, so now we have to check. Okay, so looking at the very first column, we can see that the data here is cut off, and that is not allowed. All right, so we need to extend. Now to do this, we need to move this one a bit further. Now we select this, and then you hold down the shift or the control key to select the data as well. This one ensures that when you are moving, the label and the data moves together so that things don't look crooked. I do the same for type and motto because I want to move them. All right, even before that, let me see. It appears the motto has too much space. So I click motto and type. I reduce. So looking at this, the longest data is motto, and motto is not cut off. So now with the both of them selected, I use the cursor key on the keyboard and I move it. Okay. Now it appears I have, let me check my print preview just. Okay, so this is a print preview landscape. So my paper ends here. This is what it means by a single page wide. It means that when your report is printed, so these are your fields or your columns. No single column should be on a separate page. So maybe you have all these columns on one page, and on page 2 we have sleeps, crew, and total bets on another page. All right, it shouldn't happen. Right, it shouldn't happen. So we make sure that we stay within the page. The actual data can go on separate pages, no problem, but your columns shouldn't move to another page. Right, now looking at this, we have all this space here, right? So it means that we can move this, right? So be guided by these imaginary or the broken or dashed lines, right? It shows you the dimensions or the border of your page. So I can move this one all the way back. Let me leave it somewhere here. Okay, let's say total bet is cut off. So let me select, then I hold shift key, select, and then let me open up. Okay, once total bet shows in full, I can stop and move it to the right, ensuring that it doesn't cross. I do the same for crew. Once the crew shows up, let me check the data. Okay, nothing is cut off. I move it also up. It's gone too much. Now sleeps. Okay, let me do this. Okay, sleeps also showing full. Can move it a bit. Okay, so build country. Is there any country cut off? No, but it appears to have too much. So then reduce. It appears United Kingdom is the longest country. So I reduce. I use my cursor. I move. Then yeah. The space is not enough, so it's not showing properly. Okay. So even the label is build year, so the whole build year should show. Okay, so let me do this. Okay, price is also not showing in full. Okay, still some. Okay, there's no price cut off, so let's move that one as well. Length is there. Okay, so length 2 is too long. Let's reduce it and let's move it. Okay, motto and type, we already did that, so let's just move. Build name. Okay, it appears a lot of them. Okay, so let's see, is there anything cut off? No, the longest appears to be this company, so we can bring it close and then move. Okay, now yacht name, we do the same. We hold down shift, we extend. Let's see. Okay, so I think the longest yacht is this guy here, so we can do this. To be on the safer side, let's just leave something here. It means that we can bring these guys back a bit to make sure that we don't cross. Okay, to be sure, Black Shark of Saint Peter is the longest. Let's go to print preview. Don't want any surprises there. So page 1 of 2. So for page 1, page 2, okay, so it's the longest, so we don't have a problem there. So builder name has crossed a bit, so let's bring it back. Okay, so now I think we just move things too much, so let me just move this one a bit and move this one together a bit, then move. Okay, so it looks like some of my data is some of them are left aligned, others are right aligned. So let me do Control A, and then I hold down Control to remove this. Then I come to Format, left align everything. Okay, I click again to make sure that everything, okay, so everything is left aligned. Okay, which is wonderful. So I go back to my report, I click out. Now that, so I think my report is looking fine, except this page 1 of 1. I can shift it, reduce it this way, and shift it to the right. I hope I've not messed anything up. It's better to do this one in design view. Okay, so design view gives you the actual dimensions. The now I can delete because it wasn't required in the question. The page, even though the page is not required, it makes sense to have your page number there. So back to layout view. Okay, so I think the order is fine, but then it says includes heading in a larger font size. Okay, so this font size though is large, it could be better. So under format, let me increase it a bit. Let's see, let me make it 26 is fine. Did it say anything about bold? Nope, didn't say any. So okay, it has your name, center number, candidate number, and the footer of the page, so it displays on every page. All right, so in here, okay, back to report layout design. Let me go to design view. Now there's page footer, there's report footer. Report footer is usually for calculated fields, all right, but there's no calculated field here, so we are going to put our name, center number, candidate number in the page footer. So under report design, now there's text box, there's label. When it comes to just your name or just a text, we go for label. If it's a calculated field or a field, we go for text box. So because it's just our name, center number, candidate number, we go for label. You can draw it here because the page number is here. Then we give our name, then we give our center number. Let me say GHXXX, and then candidate number of 0000. All right, so that's that. Now let's go and view our reports. Okay, so our name, center number, candidate number is there. Okay, so say save and print your report. So we can just go to print preview and then print. Look at our report, it looks very good. We can just print. All right, so we're done with that. So save report and let's close. Okay, so let's head to the other report, which is from this paper, May June 2024, specimen 2.1. So I switch from here to M24DB. All right, so we can see our tables and our queries from question 13, query 13. All right, so now here we did bullet 1, 2, 3. We could not sort because of the order. So let's come to create report wizard. Now we created query 13 for the report. So let's select query 13. We send everything. Next. No, wait, there's a grouping here, so we have to take this off. Let it be this way. All right. So we don't need this. This one appears to be grouping. Let's go back this way. Next, no grouping. Okay. So now the sorting. It says descending order of session. So session, click to have descending, and then ascending order of DOB. So DOB, we leave it as ascending order. Yeah, fine. Because we couldn't sort in the query, we have to do it in the report wizard. So next is landscape orientation. So we change to landscape. It's tabular, so we leave it at tabular. Next, the title says Monday morning groupings. Okay, so finish. Okay, so in the print preview, we can close the print preview now. Let's head into layout view. Okay, now looking at this, because we sorted in the report, now instead of having child name followed by first name followed by last name, we have session first followed by date of birth. All right, but this is not the right order. This is what happens when you sort in the report. So if you have the opportunity to sort in the query, just go ahead. When you sort in the reports, there's a lot more work to do to get your report working properly or looking as it should. So looking at this, this will be child name, first name, last name, then DOB. So DOB should come after last name. So we need to go in report layout design. We have to do this in the design view. All right. So what we can do is we can hold this. You hold down shift, or let's just come here and then highlight over this 3 because this 3 wants to move, and then let's do reduction. Now when we reduce it, you see that both the label and the data reduces. Okay, you don't need to have any crooked things. So let me highlight over just the first name label, and then I use the cursor key on the keyboard to move it. And then I highlight over the last name label, and I use the cursor key on the keyboard to move it as well. Then I highlight over DOB, and then I can just use my mouse or I use the cursor key to move it, because DOB should come after last name. And then after that we have day, and then before session. So now I highlight over day like this, and then I reduce day, use my cursor key, or I can use the mouse anyway. Then now highlight over session and bring session all the way after day. So we have the order correct. Okay. So let me highlight from here to here and use the cursor to move it forward. Okay. And then these guys, I'll work on them later. So at least we have the order correct. Child name, first name, last name, DOB. Child name, first name, last name, DOB. Then we have day and session, then day and session, then the rest are in order. All right. So let me come to report design, head to layouts, and then fix the rest. So let's see, child ID. The longest child ID is what we see. So I click here, I hold shift. Let me just move it to the left a bit. And then let me drag it back a bit. First name. The longest, no first name has been cut off, so we could just move it back just a bit. Last name, let's move last name back, but it appears some of them have been cut off, so let's, okay, this is also fine. Now let me hold shift and click, hold shift, click, hold shift, click, and move this one to the right a bit because of the date of birth. So let me click date of birth, I hold shift, I click, and I extend. Okay, I think it's okay now. No date of birth cut off, no day cut off, no session cut off. So now let me bring these guys close a bit. Let me hold click, I hold shift click, move it away a bit. And because of the labels are quite long, so we have end time, and I hold shift, I click, we have start time. Okay, this looks fine. Okay, let's see how about this. Okay, total birth. Okay, and finally food allergy. Okay, so now let's deal with the heading. We go to format, we increase it a bit. Let's say 26, it's fine. We can get rid of this day. We don't need it because it didn't ask for it, but we can leave the page numbers. Now let's see. Now has your name, center number, candidate number in the footer of the report so that it appears. So to do this, we know we head into design view in the page footer, not the report footer. Okay, so let's go to report design, label. Okay, so a name and center number. This name, just go with YYY, then candidate number 000. All right, so let me view my reports. Everything is fine. Let me view the print. Food allergy hasn't crossed the border, so everything is fine. I can close print preview. Everything looks good. Okay, so that's that. So you say save and print your report. All right, so lucky for us, or so lucky for us, yeah, both reports did not require any calculated fields beneath the report. So we will work on calculated fields next, but as I said, I will not create those queries. I will just create the queries in the behind the scenes and then just dive straight into the calculated fields. So let me see if this question required. Yes, so this next query requires that. So we're going to work on that next. All right. Then I'm not going to work on any of the queries. I'm going to do behind the scenes and then dive straight into there. Question 23. Using fields from both tables, produce a tabular report that selects only those records where country code is NZ or AU, builder name includes the text yacht, shows only the fields yacht name, builder name, type, length, price, and build country in this order with data and labels displayed in full. Do not group the data, sort the data into a descending order of price, has a page orientation of portraits, fits on a single page, calculates the average length in the selection and positions the number below the length column, displays the average length value to 1 decimal place, includes the heading Oceania Boat Builders as a title displayed in a larger font size at the top of the page, has your name, center number, candidate number at the top or bottom of the report. Save and print your report. All right. So let me head into Access. So this is the query. As I said, I won't create a query on video, but I'll create it behind the scenes. But I just wanted to point out a few things. So when we look at this query, it said select only those records where country code is NZ or AU. Now, if we look in here, country code is not part of the field that should display. So in the query, country code is here. The criteria has been applied on country code, but it hasn't been ticked. All right, which shows that it's applying this criteria, but it's not being displayed. All right, and then here it said builder name includes the text yacht. So if you can see, let me see if I can just copy it into Notepad. Okay, so we have like, all right, then the wildcard, then yacht, then another wildcard, meaning that any letter or any character can start, yacht should be found somewhere in there, and then any letter or any character can end it. Okay, so when we run our query, we can see that in the builder name, we see all from yacht, and we see yachts, we see the various, so this is your Terra, right? So anything that has the word yacht in there will meet the criteria. Okay, so the query has been saved as query 23 to take note of the question. Close. Yes, okay. So now head into the report, create report wizard. Query 23 was created for that report, so I send everything over. Next, no grouping, next, no sorting because I already did a sorting in the query. Next, the orientation should be portrait, so we leave it at portrait, and it should be tabular, so we leave it there. So next, now the title, Oceana Boat Builders. Let me copy it over. Unfortunately for you, you have a hard or a printed copy, so you can't copy. Finish. Okay, so this one we have in a print preview as usual. So let's close print preview. This is our design view. Let's head to layout view. We can close this field list. We don't need it as it stands. Now let's compare the order we have if it's correct. Yacht name, builder name, type. Yacht name, builder name, type. Length, price, build country. Length, price, build country. Alright. So let's see. Okay, so all the yacht names are visible. Builder name, a portion of it has been cut off. Let's reduce this type and move it as usual. Okay, let's select builder name, hold shift and select the data. Okay, so I think that's fine. Let's reduce this length a bit. Let's bring it here. I think I can even, so while holding shift, I can move this guys around. The length is overlapping a bit and bring it forward. Everything's fine. I have to create more space for price. Oh, I made a mistake. So I had to select price and the data. Alright, to ensure uniformity. And then let's see. Okay, so I could reduce this a bit and move it over to the right a bit. We should be aware of the dashed lines, broken lines. It guides us. Okay, so I think that's about it. Let me do Control A, hold down Control and deselect the title. Let me make everything left aligned. Alright, so now to increase the boot builders to 26, so a big font. I think that's about that. Everything looks good, except the position of the page number. Let me do that in design view. That's okay. Alright, can delete the now. Let me view it again to see how it looks like. Still a bit off, so I think I can reduce it slightly here and then move it a bit forward. Alright, it's okay. Okay, so our report layout is looking nice. So now here, calculates the average length in this selection and positions this number below the length column. Alright, to do this, let's head into design view. Alright, now for calculated fields, we put them in the report footer. To get a report footer, let's move our cursor right to the borderline. We get this cursor icon here. Click and hold. We drag it down just a bit. Yes, just enough. We have this. Now, as I said before, if we want to do a calculation or anything that has to do with fields, we use text boxes and not labels. If it's just a name or a text, label is fine. Alright, so I select text box. It says position under the length, so let me position under the length. Because I'm going to do a calculation, I'm going to draw a long one. When I'm done, I'll resize. Now text box always goes with a label. Alright, now it says that so position under the length, which is that this displays the average length to one decimal place. Okay, so this one, there's no label next to it, so I have to delete this. Delete. Oh, sorry. Let me deselect. Then I'll select the one alone. And then let me see. Use the delete key on the keyboard. Alright. Okay, so now to do a calculation, we start with the equal sign. It says average, so in access is AVG followed by the parentheses. Alright, so this is the structure for calculating average. But average of what? It says length. So the length field goes into square bracket. Now we need to ensure that we type it Exactly right. Now, just for learning, I'm going to make a mistake in the name of the length field. All right, I'm going to leave it as it is, and I'm going to run. Now, as soon as I run, I get this. Anytime you get this, it means that you are using a field that Access has no idea about, so it doesn't know how to find that field. All right, so you see that enter parameter value. This is because it doesn't know this field here. All right, so anytime you get this, always check your fields and see if you've made any mistakes. I'm going to cancel and go back and type the right length. So when I view now, no question on parameters, everything is fine. Okay, so it's here, but it's quite a long decimal. So it says it should be 1 decimal place. Well, we could use the property sheet. We could also wrap it in the round function. All right, so comma 1. So the average, this average function that takes the length field as a parameter will return the long decimal number we saw. All right, and then the round function will take that long decimal number and just return one of the decimals. So now let's see if we have. All right, so that's what we have. So now that our function is complete, I can reduce it all the way to this point so that it's in line with the length field. Okay, so now let me view it. So I have 4.2. Okay, because of the, let me make it left aligned. Format so that it aligns with left aligned. Yes, so let me move it a bit. Okay, so it aligns with this. Perfect. What else? Okay, so that's about it. So calculate the average length in this selection and position this number below the length column. Displays the length value to 1 decimal place. Okay, so we are done with everything. Now it says has your name, center number, candidate number at the top or bottom of the report. So the last time it went to the bottom, so to this time let's try the top. So let's see, let me create a bit of space. Let me bring this one down a bit, and then as I said, this time we use a label because it's just text. So let me draw a label just here. Alright, so name, then center number, then okay, so let me take to the corner a bit, move it upwards a bit. Okay, and then let me see if I can move this one downwards a bit, just okay. Alright, so this is our final report. That's about it. Okay, so the final thing before we bring this session to a close, let's look at question number 24. It says export the report created at 23 in portable document format into bracket PDF. Save the exported file in your work area. Place in your evidence document a screenshot to show the exported file in your work area. Make sure there's evidence of the file type. So this is the report we just created at step 23. Let's right click, export PDF XPS. Alright, let's click, let's head to our work area, which is where we are now in the source files. So it did not give us a name, specific name in the question. No name here, so we leave the name as is. Then we publish. Close. Now evidence of alright, so I think we just head into our work area, then we create evidence of the screenshots. Alright, so that's about that. We wrap up on reports. All the best. See you in another video.